Hi, and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio. Wherever you are today, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Nay from Intuitive Reading. I'm a psychic and medium, and each week I deliver some insight into spiritual topics and deliver readings for callers. So now, since we spoke last week, I had delivered a number of readings, and they've all been very, very similar themes popping up. And I wanted to really take the bull by the horns this week and talk about it with you all. Because I feel as though this is affecting the whole collective, and so much so that we can't ignore these. So these themes include things like feeling attacked, feeling lost, or feeling like lacking purpose, okay? Also feeling lonely or feelings of loneliness. And I really want to address this with the wider audience because this is a really special and a really interesting time that we're living in now, astrologically. So astrologically, things are happening. And by paying attention to the lunar and the planetary movements, you are going to be exceptionally well placed to succeed and to manifest the things in your life that you really want. Okay, so astrology is an instruction manual, and it's a free one. You know, it's an instruction manual, it's a recipe book. So why wouldn't you use it? Ask anyone that's tried to put together an IKEA cupboard at 10 o'clock at night, or bake macaroons for a party that you found on Pinterest. You will always use the instruction manual or the recipe book. You know, if you needed to make a delivery to someone downtown and you didn't know where they lived, you would use, you know, your Waze, or you would use, Google Maps or whatever. You're always going to rely on those for references. So maybe ask yourself, you know, why can't I rely on astrology or use astrology in this way? And why am I making this so hard for myself? Okay. So Mercury's been in Pisces since February the 23rd, and Mercury struggles in Pisces because it's ruled by intuition and emotions, not logic and precision. Okay. So it has been a really interesting time for people. Also, you can find that you get a lot of brain fog around this time. Communication can become really foggy. You're not thinking as sharp as you have before, and you might struggle to really find words. That's certainly true in my own life. So I hope that resonates with you. There was also a full moon on the 24th of February as well. So that was a full moon in Virgo, and that can bring emotional intensity, heightened anxiety, overthinking, and we still have a little bit of that energy. It's still sort of lingering around now as well. So I'd like to do a bit of a tarot reading just for the collective now, just to see where everyone's energy is at. Okay, and so the six of Pentacles, all right, so this is about balancing your energy and giving and receiving in equal amounts. So we live in an energetic world. I often say that whatever you put in, you will get out. So trust that, and these things need to be equal, okay? So if you're giving more and not receiving more, like there's no equilibrium there, okay? So you need to think of yourself and say no when that's needed, okay? So being able to say no in those spaces. What else do we have here? Okay, so also the Eight of Cups, okay? So walking away and knowing when to walk away, and walking away from things that aren't serving you. But walk away carefully is what Spirit's just telling me, and not to run, because changing things too quickly can create, added havoc and pressure on yourself that you just don't need. So this might be a situation for some of you now. This might mean walking away from a situation, a scenario, a person, a workplace. And again, it doesn't mean having to be cold turkey, but it can and should be progressive, sort of backing off, walking away. So be mindful of that. And finally, okay, so Three of Pentacles here as well, all right? And this is really, this is a project card to my mind, a collaboration of sorts, and seemingly one that represents a financial benefit for some of you. And I do feel that comes in through at March as well. So I feel as though for some of you, there is an existing business idea that's suddenly going to get a lot of traction. And there is teamwork here too. So you're not alone in this venture. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say. But again, that Six of Pentacles, just ensuring that there is balance there too. So sharing of responsibilities in any of the collaborations and projects that you do together, okay? Contribute equally. Don't just put your feet up, and be supportive. And conversely, call people out if they're not sort of pulling their weight as well. So yeah, this is great. This is really great for you, this collaboration, this project, this opportunity to become part of a team. And Spirit is making me aware of March for that coming in for people as well. So go for gold here. You know, this is excellent for you. Now, I will jump to a caller. I can see I have Tiffany from Buffalo on the line. How are you going?
Hi.
How are you, Tiffany?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. And do you have any questions I can assist you with today?
Just anything you pick up on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm going to use my tarot cards today, and I'm going to tune into a bit of a past and present situation for you. So I'm going to past. Okay, so in the past, I'm seeing a lot of balance for you, and doing a lot of juggling here as well. So they are making me aware of just being a really busy person and a lot of mind chatter as well for you. Does that resonate?
Yeah.
And what they would like to talk about in this space, and I'm actually just being drawn to talk about this card in particular, this Temperance card. And what they want to talk about this space is it's almost like a bit of a like the hamster in the wheel type energy, very fast moving, and very much like you do get a lot of mind chatter, and asking you to try and find some time to connect with yourself and to breathe, because there is like a lot of chaos. And I just heard the word circus. So I don't know if you have small children, or if this is just a metaphorical circus, but yeah, they are making me aware that there is a lot going on around you at the moment, and it's okay to breathe. A bit of self-care needed in this space as well. I don't think it doesn't feel as though you need to take a whole weekend off to retreat, but more so finding small opportunities during your day-to-day where you can just sit in silence and just breathe. Okay, so that's definitely what they're bringing through in that space. That came up for the past. And if I turn my attention to the future and just see to the present and just see where things are currently setting. Okay, and they are making me aware of a lot of hard work. So a lot of exhaustion, a lot of fatigue around the work that you're currently doing. I do feel as though that does relate to financial, there is some financial stress around that situation as well. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so they are making me aware that there is a lot of hard work going toward this for a financial benefit. Okay, and what they want you to be aware of in this space is that that this isn't a permanent energy for you. That things do improve, and I am going to just pull a card for the future as well, just to see where this is going. They have said as well, in some respects, you are making things harder for yourself. So it's almost as though there could have been an easier road. So I'm just going to give you this analogy. This mightn't be the exact situation, but this is the analogy I'd like to give you. It's almost as though I'm trying to, save up for a business, and I could take the easy route and go and ask, a family friend, a family member to borrow money, or I could, get my numbers up on the books and then go and see a bank, that sort of situation. And they're sort of the way they're showing me this energy is almost as though you've had options or choices, and you've kind of taken a more difficult route for yourself. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And I almost feel as though on this journey or on this route that you've chosen it doesn't have to be, you don't have to commit to this route. So you can still get to where you're going. And yes, all paths lead to Rome. But it's almost as though if this is too draining and too tired, okay, they just said sunken cost. Okay, so I almost feel as though there was a bit of a money, there could have been a money investment in something, and it's kind of not working out. So for instance, if you put money into, I don't know, Google AdWords or something, and it's not, delivering the results that you'd wanted, or you've done a course or something, and you're just not getting the knowledge that you want out of it, what Spirit's making you aware of, it's more about the journey that you've been on than it is about becoming successful from what you've done. from that choice. Okay, so it's okay. It is okay to walk away from that option and sort of try a different path. Is what they're making me aware of. And I'm just going to try and get more information on that. Ask for help.
Okay.
3 of Pentacles. Okay, this is the project. This card came up in the collective reading as well. This is the project card, collaboration. And in this card, you can see 2 individuals speaking to a 3rd individual. It's almost like he's an architect speaking to the chippy who's doing the work. Okay, and they are collaborating on this sort of nice little design in a building. That's what the card visually shows. And this is the teamwork makes the dream work card. Okay, so it is asking you to consider, who is it that you can ask for help in this situation. And there is going to be equivalent, like there is going to be giving and taking in this sense as well. So I do feel as though you do ask for help, and in return, you have the privilege of giving something back to them as well. It does feel as though that is a really nice energetic alignment, that relationship with that individual. How many? I almost feel as though that's 2 individuals that this collaboration happens with as well. And there is a good energetic alignment there. And it does remove the need for an unnecessary, like, look at this, the unnecessary amount of work that you've sort of been suffering and having to go through. I mean, there's a level of, our human experience, we do get a lot of satisfaction from burning the midnight oil, staying up late and just getting things done. That's just humans generally. We get a lot of satisfaction from that, looking back at all the work that we've done and saying, giving ourselves a pat on the back for that. But there is a time for you to take a rest. And for you, that's now. There is a lot of chaos going on around you. That's where you've come from. And in order to sort of step away from that and just to give yourself a bit of a breather, you need to bring other people in. Does that help?
It definitely does. A lot of that resonates with what I've personally dealt with in my life.
Wonderful.
It definitely
I'm
does.
so
Even
glad
just cards that you're pulling in examples, for sure.
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad that that's been helpful. Well, thank you so much for your energy, Tiffany. And to all the listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Nay Mary from Intuitive Readings. You can find me at Nay Mary Intuitive Readings on Facebook or intuitivereadings.com.au. There are some amazing light workers coming right up after this break, so please do stay tuned in and have a great week.